And welcome back, everyone. I'm Ghostman #1. Here we are in another episode of Kerbal Space program, episode 4. Yes, we are back with the nut around the moon. Now, what we're going to do this episode is two things. As you remember from last episode, we got on taking out some contracts to rescue some people around Kerbal, so we're going to go and do that in a second. And we also got to bring the nut home. Now, as I discussed in the last episode, we have a problem. This materials bay cannot take re-entry. It will blow up and then the two cars spin around and they then blow up. So what I got to plan is we're going to do some aero braking, which is basically we are going to go, when we get to here, we are going to dip our periapts just in the atmosphere, probably around 35,000 meters, maybe 40, depending. I got to decide on. I'm probably going to go with 40 just to be safe. And what we're going to do is we are going to use our engine as a heat shield at that height. And what we're going to do is, when we're at the top of the atmosphere, we're going to spin around a little bit just to increase our drag. And then we are just going to bring down our upper axis slowly but surely. And I will do that like in a montage of each deburn or aero braking maneuver until we get down to here. And that's how we're going to end it. I won't even talk during them. We're just going to end it after I rescue. But that will go into that with some music perhaps. But in the meantime, these guys are now quite happily stuck here. Oh, I've turned on the latest update, and I've also put these guys, you see this black bar here? That's their G limit, so we might have some fun next episode making them pass out. But let us go back down to the ground and start with the rescue missions. So here we are on the ground. Now, let's have a look. As you can see, those lines there are the communication lines. Oh, we must have a very bad signal, because I think that's what the red means. And let's see. Lingrid's pod. So who are we going to try and rescue? Because we are here. I believe that line will be us. So I think we're going to have to aim for Gelric's pod. So that's who we're going for, alright? Now, we got to unlock something. This is a mod, and it's McJeb 2, so we'll unlock that. Now, all I'm using this for is I like data. I'm a man who responds more on data, because we need a lot of data, because with the map, when we're doing a rendezvous in space, it will go to about 100 meters, so you know you're in with that range. So, what I want to do is I want more accuracy. I want to know within millimeters of where we're going to be, because we're going to do something whilst in space recovering these vehicles. So, now what we need to do is, I've already prepared a ship. Let's load it up. It's Alpus Mark III. So let's load up the tourists. And let's go straight to the launch pad. Okay, here we are on the launch pad. As you can see, this is new to 1.2. We got a full signal. And it's, we should be okay, because I haven't put any antennas on, but the Probodyne has antennas. Now, you obviously recognize this bit. This is obviously the first stage we use for the nut. This is going to be our maneuvering stage, which has got more than enough delta V for what we want it for. Then at the top here, let's open this up and also aim the camera here, please. Thank you. Now, we got McJeb, we got Kerbal Engine. I don't think with the latest update of Kerbal Engineer, I actually need the attachment. But we'll leave it on there. Now we got this empty capsule here. This empty capsule is going to recover whoever we're going to recover. And then you're probably wondering, this is a bit of an odd end. So we got a Probodyne, and then we got landing struts attached to it. Now, I think it's called Kessler syndrome or something. And it's where there's a huge amount of rubbish in space, and there even, I believe, there's a mission next year to go and recover it. And so what we're going to do, because you can just blow them up from the actual tracking station, but we're not going to do that. We're going to extend our landing legs, scoop them up, and deorbit it while we're in space. So that's the aim for that bit. So other than that, let's go to the map. And, oh, we got to bloom and go. We got to go. We got to go. This is McJeb here. This is what I want. There's a lot of data. So let's talk about this while we do take off. Now, I've set this up myself because you can do custom windows. And there we go. Brilliant. This is what I wanted mostly, closest approach distance. So that's going to narrow it down how close we get. Our relative velocity at that point. And there we go. And distance to target, target apoapsis, and target to periapsis. So that's what we're going to be aiming for, is to get ourselves up to the same apoapsis. You know me and that word. And then we're going to go from there. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to speed this up for you, so we get into orbit, and we'll go from there. And there we go, we are now in orbit. And we're fairly close to basically their target. But let's have a look where they are. They are behind us, and we are slightly above them, so we're going to be going slower. Now, what this is going to allow us to do is start positioning ourselves to actually get them. So what we're going to do here is, you can see our ascending node is, we're not on a perfect plane with them. So our ascending node, we're going to do a slight maneuver here just to deburn. There we go. Just to get us on the same plane as them. It's not going to take a lot, is it? 16 meters a second. We are got more than enough LV for that. And what we'll do is we'll speed up to this, because what you're going to notice when we get past these two markers, you will notice they will move closer together because we are slightly higher than them. So our orbits are slowly going to be, well, we'll be catching them up. So, or slowing down actually. Yeah, we'll be going slower because we're higher. If we're under them, we'll be going faster. So, if we watch this, and I think it's when they go past that second one, but we're almost at our maneuver, so it's not a perfect word to show it at. But let's go and sort this out. Shouldn't take us a second here to do this. Oh, I gotta think. Oh, where am I? There we go. I still haven't got the grasp of the camera yet, and I think I'm gonna mess that up a bit too much. So we'll just go this way a little bit. Shouldn't be too bad. We're still fairly close to the point. There we go. I keep messing up my fingers today, actually, on the controls. What are we at? 0, that's fine. So as you can see, 90.4, so that's where it says the next closest is going to be. So if we speed this up again, you're going to see we're going to gradually get closer. So let's go to these next points. So these ones say we're going to be 140 away from each other, but you'll notice they get closer. See now it says 134. So, and then around the other side it's going to get closer and closer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump to a point. I'm probably going to just raise my periapsis and apoapsis just a little bit more so we close the gap a little bit quicker. But we're going to jump to now where we're going to meet up. So here we go. I'll see you in a second. Okay, as you can see, I've done a couple of orbits and we're just slowly bringing in that gap even closer. The nut has now left the sphere of influence of the Mun. So we've got a while until we've got to do that deorbiting burn. So now all I'm going to do now at our... Oh, let's switch over to target. We don't want target. We want our orbit. There it is. Because what we're going to have to do now is bring down our periapsis a little bit again. Because I put it about 10k above it. There we go. So we're bringing that down. So what is it? 76.1. There we go. And again, now I'm going to speed up again because it's probably going to take another orbit just to get these lined up. But as you can see, our relative velocities are getting closer and closer, which is what we want to do, right? Some people can actually just go up and immediately pick them from the air, but this is usually how they do it in, well, in real life. So, well, I'm assuming this is how they do it in real life. I read something like this they do in real life. But let's, again, just do another jump, and then hopefully we'll then speed up again. Okay, so what we're going to do now is a few maneuvers. So, our prograde, and this is the target. So what we want to do now is we're going to come a little bit this way, and if you pay attention to this, we should go down, I'm hoping. And I'm pressing on the keyboard, there we go. Nope, oh. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. Ah! Do you see what I'm doing wrong? There we go. Now that's the correct one. Whoops. So now what we need to do is swing back round over this way. And we'll go our retrograde. I wondered why we were pointing away. I didn't twig it to that point. There we go. Now we're just bringing ourselves. So what we're doing is when we're now just pushing our, because these now go to velocity, so we're just pushing ourselves closer. As you can see, we're getting ever so close, and we're just going to bring ourselves, and our relative velocity is coming down. And there we go. We're getting a bit too close there. So we'll get a little bit closer again. So we'll speed this up. And we're just bleeding off as much as we can. As you can see, now it's to one side. So we're going to go this way and just slowly push it in that way. And let's see if we can do this. And we're going to turn down our engine as well now. There we go. As you can see, this mission has dragged out longer than I was hoping for. What I could have done was go higher on some of the orbits, just to bring ourselves quicker into our target. But it's been a while since I've done a rendezvous in space, because I practiced like in 1.1 or 1. When we first started the series, because this was the progression I planned. But so yeah, we got to slowly now sort that out. So we're just bringing ourselves ever so close to the target. There we go, 97 meters. And then we need to kill a bit more of our velocity off, because our relative velocity is 23.5. And I'm sorry, I had that menu open. So now if we go here, is that going to get us closer? There we go. And we're just going to bleed some of that off. I tell you, I'm having a problem with sticking controls. It's not responding as quickly to the controls, which is bizarre. I don't know if that's because of 1.2. I should look at that bit up. I thought there wasn't any delay between controls, because we got a full signal as well. But okay, 20 meters. So now all I want to do is bleed off some more velocity. There we go. That's fine. It doesn't matter if we're doing that there. So we're just bleeding it off, because we want to get as close to normal velocity as possible. And again, no control. I wonder if it's when it switches. No, same one as it says. Perhaps it's just me. 1 minute till we get to the target. So now we'll bleed off some more speed. There we go. Bleed off some more speed. This is all what it's about. It's just bleeding off some speed. Excellent. Alrighty. So we're now 2 minutes away. We'll speed up again. What I'm doing is I'm bringing this... Oh, getting awfully close there. Right. There we are. Slowly but surely we are getting there. I'm also having to keep one lookout over my shoulder because of OBS. The reason why it's taking me a while to record this time was OBS. I just could not get it to record. And it didn't matter what I was doing, it just kept encoding, encoding, encoding. And it didn't matter what settings I changed it to. I changed it to the minimum CPU requirements and everything like that. And we're talking about, we got a decent processor in here. It's a Skylake 6700K. And it just could not process properly. Oh, it's loading up. All the calls weren't being taxed. I think the closest the calls got taxed to is when I tried it with big ships and small ships and stuff like that. Is when we're doing big ships and stuff like that. But it just wouldn't encode properly. It was crazy. Oh, there they are. Oh, crikey, we're gaining on those quickly. Let's bleed off some of that speed. There we go. No, we don't want to go so quick. There we go. Oh, brilliant. There we are. So we are now basically stationary with our targets. We are 26 meters away. So if we turn around like this. Excellent. And what we're going to do now is switch to the craft. Now the problem with these sorts of craft is as soon as she gets... Hello? They're in complete and utter darkness in there. As soon as they get out, they are going to have an issue because they send the craft into a bit of a spin. So let's go and get this person over. Some of the things I struggle with Kerbal is some of the names. But we'll find out again. I think it's Galisi or something. Oh, grab. And board. They are on board. We are successful. Now, what we want to do is put our gear out. What was her name? Or his name? Geldick? Geldick. Alright, there we go. So now all we want to do is we want to just get our speed towards the target. And currently we're accelerating away. And all I'm going to do is a bit like this. And then obviously we're going a bit too fast now because we will damage our craft. And am I too close to that now? I think I'm too close. Oh god. Am I too close? Am I too close? Am I too close? Yes, I am too close. Damn it! I messed up this bit. Because as you can see, they're just along our side there. So we're going to let them just roll along us a minute. And then as soon as they're clear of us, we'll go back round and we'll scoop them up. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to skip this bit until we get close to them again. .3, we should be fine. Right, here we go. This is where we put in a montage of like a clip from something else. I'm currently thinking Austin Powers, you know, when that guy's just standing steamroller going, ah! That's basically what we're doing right now. Looking good. Looking good. Keep on that purple target. I don't want to go too fast, you know. Don't want to damage these legs, because these are fragile. But at 75 millimeters a second, I think they should be safe. Here we go, closer. Alright, looking good. Let's get in the jaws there. See, one of those legs broke, but let's go now forward. Let's forward this up. There we go. We have caught them. And we got problems with stress on the struts, but let's speed this up. Just so we're dropping their periaps here. There we go. They are now within the atmosphere. Brilliant. Let's drop them to a decent height so we know they're not going to recover. And there we go. The legs broke. Oh well, never mind. At least the debris is not going to be in space again. So now all we're going to do is bring our orbit back up, because we don't want to do orbit just yet. So there we go, just popping ourselves back up. Plenty of fuel still left. There we go. Have fun, Galric's pod. Galric, you're safe. Now I think the struts, because I tried this... because I played around with the settings again. So let's see, settings. And I think it's mostly because I got and put part pressure limits, and we're still new, so we'll take that back off again. And I'm wondering if this is causing an issue. I'm hoping it's not. With that delay I'm having, part G-force limit, we'll take that off. Kerbal G-force, I think that's just going to be fun. So let's just accept. And there we go. So now what we got to decide is getting back down. Right, now what I want to do is... Where's Kerbin? The Space Center. That's the Space Center there, I'm pretty sure, in that area. And where are we? Is this us? Yep, that's us, isn't it? So what we're going to also do now is we need to take Galric off. Where's Galric's pod? No, that's us. That's Galric, so we're going to unset that target. And we are going to go to ourselves. Brilliant. And now we need to find a place to do our burn. Now, let's go about here. And we're just going to slowly burn. What I want to do is I want to try and get us as close to the KSP as possible. So what I'm going to try and do is bring my periaps down over that way. Probably too much there. 29. Probably fine with that. And then how close is that? I want to try and bring it so... Ooh, 68. Oh, we've already gone past that point. Okay. Let's try and line this up so it's good. Let's go back there. We'll need to bring that up a little bit. Because we want that at decent height. 4,000. And can we... Nope. There, we should be okay with that. So let's go with that maneuver. And let's try deburning, orbiting. Right. Then we've got plenty of fuel in the tank just to slow us down a little bit more. So let's speed this up. We need to do 10 seconds either side. I do like KSP. There we go. Now, I'm going to keep the tank on. We'll try bringing it back with the tank. But the tank will also act as a heat shield. And we also then got the fuel in the bottom. And that should then hopefully allow us to keep the weight at the bottom of the craft. So we shouldn't have to do much controlling to keep the backside pointing towards the retrograde. It should point itself, hopefully. There we go, so that's done. And I can't accept that. Okay. Never mind. Now, there we go. We've got these. So what I want to do is I want to transfer the fuel down to there. That way all our weight is going to be in the bottom there. Brilliant. And then all we got left to do now is, I don't know how to accept that node. Right, we can cancel it in the map. Brilliant. Slight plug there, but nothing too serious. And now we are just going to point ourselves retrograde. And hopefully we're getting as close to the KSP as possible. Because obviously the closer we are, the less we have to put on transport costs and bringing us back. And hopefully I've timed that just right there to bring us close. I think we're probably a little too high, but oh well, never mind. Such is life. This is our first... well, actually, this is the first vehicle we are going to bring back, actually. Because Nut was the first one that got into orbit, wasn't it? And still away from its apoapsis. It doesn't matter if we miss the first one. But yeah, we'll get this down, and then we're going to go into that time-lapse, and I will say goodbyes. That engine is starting to heat up a little bit. Should be okay, though, because it could take 2,000 Kelvin. That's an awful amount of heat. Those landing struts, maybe not so much. And we are going a little off there, so let's... So we've gone over KSP now, I think. KSP should be over there. let's use some of that engine fuel just to slow ourselves down a little bit closer. To try and get ourselves a bit closer. We've got plenty of fuel in there. We might as well use a bit of it. There we go. I'll tell you something, I hope I don't regret doing this now, because obviously we could be changing our speeds coming down a bit too quickly in a vertical, which I hope we don't. Okay, bringing that speed down. Where are we going to end up? Yeah, we're going to end up in the middle of this ocean. So we need to bring our periaps across a little bit more. There we go, all our fuel is spent. We could, in theory... Oh, is that the heat shield on here? No, 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 no. It's valuable funds. Now what we'll do is we'll get rid of this stage. And I should not have really fired it off that way, but never mind. There we go. Now let's hope this we can control this a bit better. Now we're gonna struggle to see here probably in the video, so let's see if we can bring up our lighting down here. No, it's not that one. Oh dear. No, well, let's go. I might have to brighten this up post game. There we go, doing well. We just gotta try and now get our speed down to where it's safe for our parachutes. That is what is the most important thing to me. As soon as those parachutes out, well, we know we're gonna be fine. We should be fine, because, yeah, there we go. The parachutes are now safe. That's it. We'll just bring ourselves closer to the ground. How close are we to case? Oh, we're not too far away. What, 50, 100 kilometers away? Excellent. Coming down nicely. Keeping an eye on that there. Brilliant. Coming down. Good. And I think we can get some science from here if Garrick's willing. I'm just bringing us a lot closer because we got 5 parachutes on here. So we got more than enough stopping power to do under 1,000. Because otherwise we'll be hanging in the air for quite some time. Make sure that's not on sped up. There we go. Watch this accelerate now. Whoa! Did you see how all of them lost consciousness? Oh, I didn't realise that was going to be like that. That's awesome. Awesome, that's great. Brilliant. And as you can see, 3.3 meters a second now. So we can speed this up so we hit the water. There we go. Wow. That must have been some de-acceleration for those guys. That was awesome. Just watching it. I was like, oh my god, something failed. But it wasn't. It was those. Awesome. Just makes it more fun, I think. So design things that can make them pass out. There we go. So in the meantime, while we slowly deburn orbit... Oh, what's this? Uh-oh. The VRB has been lost when we're pulling the plug. But they're not felt, they're alive! Oh no. They're not dead. No! So something that was now fun is now no longer fun. So you can fail your contract if they pass out. Wait. I'm not confused, because now it says here okay. Okay, now it's apparently successful. Right, never mind then. Galric, just see if there's any science, would you please? Yeah, we'll take that science. We'll take a surface sample as well. Board. And let's just recover the vessel. Okay, so we've lost some reputation points. I must remember them when I go up with those guys to Do you accelerate a little slower than that then? Obviously, I thought some people would pay money to pass out. That's why they go on fairground rides. So yeah, we got some science. Let's see how far away we got. 179.9 kilometers away. So we get 90% of our vehicle back. That's fine. So, yeah, there's our tourists. Ready for assignment, ready for assignment. Well, you guys are going to go, hopefully, now. Yeah, they've gone. Oh, but the Gelrick is a scientist. How that's good. So yeah, now we're going to go into the time lapse of me, well, deorbiting the nuts, which is approaching its apoapsis in 39 minutes. So, here we go, guys. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!